Hello, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is Blueprint Explosive Exclusive and I'm Hina Gambhir. Viewers, is trouble brewing for former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy? I'm talking about the alleged 3,200 crore liquor scam of Andhra Pradesh, allegedly orchestrated between 2019 and 2024. Now, this was the YSRCP regime in Andhra Pradesh. Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy was the chief minister. The major allegation is kickback for preference. Under lens are several YSRCP netas, bureaucrats and distillery owners as well as suppliers. And there is a special investigation team that is probing the case. And it has found that the excise policy under Jagan Mohan Reddy was manipulated. Yes, that has been the finding of the SIT. The excise policy was manipulated to favor lesser known brands over big national popular liquor brands in return for monthly kickbacks. And that's why we are saying it is a kickback for preference allegation that has come as far as this Andhra liquor scam is concerned. Not just that, the SIT probe has found that proceeds of crime were laundered through Hawala networks and several shell companies as well. And this evening on Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, we have an inside scoop. Viewers, Times Now has accessed the copy of the remand report submitted by the SIT to the court. The modus operandi of paying kickbacks and commission has been revealed. As per the report, the liquor distilleries, companies and suppliers used several ways of cash generation and utilized bullion traders as well to pay bribes amounting to 400 crore rupees. And that included payment in gold. Well, that's right. Gold was used to pay bribes for kickbacks as well as commissions. This is what SIT has found, and we have accessed the details of the probe in this case. The allegedly transferred funds to bullion traders and gold merchants. They obtained legitimate GST invoices for gold purchases. This was the modus operandi. And then the cash was transferred to the prime accused. Who's the prime accused in this case? That is an important point to be noted. Former IT advisor to Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, the then chief minister, and his key aides by gold merchants. We also have more on this story this evening. We have learnt, viewers, that special investigation team is likely to summon former Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy as well for questioning in this case. That is the big scoop that we've got for you. He and his cousin Avinash Reddy are likely to be summoned shortly by the special investigation team. In fact, as per the details accessed by Somit, my colleague, the SIT has now enough evidence from the probe to question Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. Somit is live with us right now. And Somit, I want to ask you, when is that likely to happen? And what has, in fact, the SIT found that prompted the need to question Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy in this particular case and his brother Avinash Reddy?
Well, Hina, we have accessed exclusive details and also the inside scoop and the remand report when it comes to the AP liquor scam. And since last few days, we are seeing how the government is saying that the AP liquor scam is the biggest scam which has happened in the entire country, is what even the AP government themselves are claiming. And even recently in the cabinet meeting also, Chandrababu Naidu has addressed all the cabinet ministers and all the three parties, and he has also stated that we have the we have enough confidence on the SIT team, and also not just SIT, special investigation team which is investigating into this matter, but also the ED is also investigating into this matter. On 8th of this month, May 8th, they have begun their probe, and very soon even they will be questioning the accused, is what we are learning from the sources, and also the inside scoop which we have accessed, the exclusive details which we have accessed, and also the remand report which we have accessed. In this, very clearly, top people who are very close to the chief minister, former chief minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, even they, their names are included in this remand report. And also even we have received information from the sources. What we have learned is even in the coming days, even Avinash Reddy, who is the sitting MP and also cousin, he is the brother of Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, former chief minister. So he will be very soon summoned by the SIT, he will be questioned by the SIT, he will be grilled by the SIT, and later, if needed, they will take further further legal action is what the sources have confirmed. Even YS Jagan will be called, he will be questioned, he will be grilled is what even the sources have confirmed as Sina.
Right. So, Somit getting us this exclusive piece of information as far as the liquor scam is concerned, the probe that's currently underway. Somit, thank you for your inputs on the story. Let's tell our viewers now the details that you have managed to access. SIT to shortly summon former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister YS Jagan Mohan Reddy. We have also learned that YS Jagan Mohan Reddy and his brother Avinash Reddy to be summoned by the Special Investigation Team. YS Jagan Mohan Reddy to be questioned in the alleged liquor scam, which is worth around 3,200 crore rupees in Andhra Pradesh. And we have also learned that Somit was telling us just now, the SIT in its probe so far has gathered enough proof, and it feels that it is the right time to summon Jagan Mohan Reddy. It is important to summon Jagan Mohan Reddy, question him on a number of issues. The prime accused, as per the SIT, has also confessed that it followed orders given by people close to Jagan Mohan Reddy. And viewers, on one hand, the SIT is probing this matter. On the other hand, the Enforcement Directorate has also launched a probe in this matter. It started on 8th of May. For more, let me straight away go across to my colleague Bhavtosh, who is joining us live right now. Bhavtosh, on one hand, there is a probe by SIT that's going on. ED also picked up this case on 8th of May. What has the ED found so far?
Well, like in other state cases, ED has found that there was collusion between the YSRCP leaders, bureaucrats, and also the owners of distilleries. And they, in fact, set up several shell companies, and individuals or the accused in this case had used these shell companies for personal benefits and also to fund their political activities. Now, ED had registered a case on the basis of the FIR that were filed by the Andhra Pradesh Police's crime branch unit, which had gone ahead arrested two former IS officials. Now, as you rightly said, that the total proceeds of crime in this case stands at a whopping 3,200 crore rupees. But the very fact that shell companies were used, the CTS software was in fact disabled way back in October 2019, and then subsequently the sale of local brands fell from 53% to 5%, and the sale of national brands fell from 53% to 5%, thus causing loss to exchequer. That is the most important find that SIT has done, and ED has said that once the investigation of AP CID is completed, they will in fact take remand of all the accused in this case.
All right, Bhavtosh as well as Somit, appreciate both of you for joining us with your exclusive inputs on the story. Now, viewers, this has also ignited a political war of words. Listen in.
One of the biggest scams the country had ever witnessed currently is the liquor scam that had happened during Jagan Reddy's rule between 2019 and 24.
We see a clear political vendetta against the YSR Congress Party's transparent and highly successful liquor policy reforms that it has brought to the state between 2019 and 2024. The YSRCP government under Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy's leadership has implemented a revolutionary liquor policy that broke the toxic hold of the liquor mafia that has drastically increased the state revenues.
A lot of these money payments, which amount to nearly rupees 50 to 60 crores, have been diverted through Hawala or gold routes to then ruling government leaders. We always have been demanding a fair probe into the previous liquor policy.
With these new revelations, clearly, viewers, a deadly cocktail of graft has been exposed, but then there are allegations and counter-allegations also coming in, as you just heard. Let's discuss it with our guests who are joining us live right now this evening. Dr. Avinash Reddy, spokesperson of the BJP, Deepak Reddy, national spokesperson of the TDP, Karthik Yelapragada, who is national spokesperson of the YSRCP, and Shyam Prasad Meka, who is leader of the Congress Party. Good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining us here on Times Now. Karthik, I want to begin by asking you, can everything be termed political vendetta when now, as the details that we have accessed seem to suggest that the SIT has enough evidence to even question former Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is a political vendetta, by the way. And again, let the due course of process kick in. And now we don't have to declare that as a scam, because I disagree with the word scam. Because why are we jumping the guns? We have judicial process. Let them come and tell with evidence. I respect media houses, but then don't actually frame it as a scam yet. And everyone is abided by the Constitution of India. We respect that. Every evidence from our side would also be published. And again, let me actually lay down the facts. In 2012, we have a liquor policy that got changed in 2015. And you know what? GO 218 has been issued without cabinet's approval. Our question is, why was that? And then why was privilege fee abolished with a sudden GO 218 with just a copy to PS to CM? And GO 468, as we see, is also been issued just to favor a few distilleries. And 70% of the procurement is happening between just 4 and 5 distilleries. And why is that? And the promise given by TDP government that we reduce the liquor prices, and that's not it. And again, this is a report from the Competency Commission of India. And on September 19, 2022, it has given an order, and that's a central institute, and the current government is in coalition with the central government.
Okay.
The central government institute has told that final orders have been dismissed, that this is a fair and transparent policy. I have the documents on the hand now. Why CCI has given a clearance to state government? Everything is transparent.
Okay.
And again, reduced the consumption. And again, why are we talking about state exchequer here? The revenue of Andhra Pradesh on liquor has been increased from 17,000 crores to 24,000 crores. That is on record.
Okay.
And again, with the change of policy,
Deepak
1,300...
Reddy, how will you like to respond to these kind of arguments? Because the remand report of the SIT mentions loss to the state exchequer. You just heard the representative of the YSRCP here on the show telling us that actually the state's revenue went up, and YSRCP has been of the view that it should not be called a scam. In fact, they have called this whole case only as sham and something that has been orchestrated to target YSRCP. Your response?
Ma'am, as the old saying goes, all roads lead to Rome. In this case, all roads are leading to Jagan Mohan Reddy's Tadepalli Palace. The evidence is very clear, coming from multiple directions. I was a member of the legislature during Jagan Mohan Reddy's tenure, and we have stalled the legislature for more than 10 days on the liquor issue, trying to expose them right from then on. So now what I'm telling you is all based on facts and evidence, unlike what the YCP people project. They have totally changed the entire sector. Manufacturing was done by them, distribution was done by them, sale was done by them. So what is being shown now is only a tiny little portion in the big scam that they have done. Our initial estimates show that the scam is more than 30,000 crores plus. This is the naked truth, and the figures which have just come out now is only one portion of it. So if we wait for some more time, evidence we see each of the things falling together. And the SAT team has found a bill of 400 crores in the car which was seized by one of the member which they arrested. Only after, based on this evidence, that the ED has now come in, because prima facie they have absolute evidence. And when most of these members have moved to the High Court and Supreme Court, the court has clearly opined that there is prima facie evidence and bail cannot be given to these people. So one by one, everything is falling in line, and it is all pointing towards Jagan Mohan Reddy. And this 3,200 is a tiny little amount, because if you see in Kejriwal's case, for 100 crores, it's become such a big issue. This is I think, a multiple fold. Kejriwal is like a kindergarten kid compared to what the PhD crime what Jagan Mohan Reddy's government has done.
Okay.
These are my opening comments, and I can give you facts and figures in the next round.
We'll come to that, but Shyam Prasad Meka, how will you like to respond? Because TDP is of the view that 3,200 crore that we are talking about as an amount is just the tip of the iceberg. It's actually a scam which can be around 30,000 crore rupees, and there is now hardcore evidence is what we have learned. The Modus Operandi has also revealed that how bullion traders, gold merchants were used for kickbacks and commissions to the key accused here. I mean, can there be smoke without fire?
See, I restrict myself from getting into the investigation part of it. Okay, but it's very clear in front of everybody to see. See, go for them, get them. It's as simple as that. There is a scam. What are we waiting for? Okay, there is a legal process that will go on. Okay, let it go on. But now what these two parties are doing is very nicely, even when during the regime of YSRCP also, they bring up something to the attention of the people like this. They make it as if it's an individual fight between them. And all the other people's issues are tossed out of the window. They just make an issue and will Jagan be arrested or not? Who cares will Jagan be arrested or not? Come tell me about what is it for the people of the state. Go ahead, arrest him.
Okay.
Similarly, during the earlier regime also, they make, Chandrababu will be arrested today, tomorrow, then finally they are arrested. So these are all, both the parties are diverting people by making these issues. And also another point, important point is, virtually you can see, not just within the political realm, but in the society also, there is virtually a split in the society of AP on the political lines, which is not good for the state. That is exactly what these two parties has achieved.
Okay, let me get a view on what you've said from Dr. Avinash Reddy as well. Dr. Avinash Reddy, you heard the YSRCP, you heard the TDP. Now, the Congress party is of the view that these two political parties are perhaps, just creating this to divert the attention from the main issues of the people. They've done it in the past, they are doing it again. So it's a smokescreen perhaps that's being created so that people don't focus on the real issues of governance. How will you like to address this?
In democracy, the parties or the people who were in the power are accountable to people. Now the YSRCP has to answer. It came to power telling the people, promising that it will do a complete liquor ban except in 5-star hotels. Now the YSRCP representative here should answer. Why didn't they do that? Instead, the government started selling liquor in government-owned stores. Why did they do that? The government replaced all standard brands with low-quality, cheap liquor. President medal, you might be thinking it's a medal, but it was a brand in the previous regime. They brought such medals which were never heard of in Andhra Pradesh. Why did they do that? And they started procuring all such cheap quality liquor from few select companies which were controlled by YSRCP echelons at that point of time. Why did they do that? And most interesting point is, he was telling the estimates were around 24,000 crores. But the important point here is, they were not allowing digital payments. So what was the real amount? It was not 24,000 crores, it could be more. And they diverted using Hawala channels and gold. And they did it at the expense of the people's health. Do you know, in one incident in Jaganmohan, because of the illicit, low-quality, spurious liquor, 27 people lost their life. And many people, more than 1 lakh people, have been fined several cases who are residing in the border states of districts of Telangana, Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, because they wanted to buy quality and low-cost liquor from the neighboring states. And I want to ask the YSRCP representative, sir, what you did was a private mafia. Your leaders produced the cheap quality liquor and you started selling the liquor which was costing just 20 rupees at a cost of 200 rupees and forcing the people to buy such liquor, exploiting not only their hard-earned money but also their health. So YSRCP leaders should answer the law, and the special investigation team or CID or the government agencies, let them do their job. And one last point, Hina, and probably it was only the YSRCP government in the history of India which has shown the income which was earned through liquor as guarantee for 10 years and then acquired loans. Now, please ask the YSRCP representative, what did they promise liquor ban? But what did they give people? Cheap
so,
liquor,
Karthik, you have a set of questions that you must answer. And, one of them, of course, being that has come out in SIT's probe also, that excise policy of under your regime, in the state was manipulated to favor lesser known brands over some prominent brands. And Dr. Avinash is also talking about certain facts here. And I also want you to respond to what Mr. Deepak Reddy said earlier. His allegation is that 3,200 is a very small number that we are talking about. The actual amount, size of the scam could actually be around 30 or 1,000 crore rupees.
I think you got to give me time to respond to that. So I'd ask my BJP colleague here on the panel. So if she says that this is incompetent, I'm again quoting in your government in 2021, September 19, Competency Commission of India has given a clearance that Andhra Pradesh state government is doing not any unfair treatment. And it also says that there's no discretionary treatment as I see. And then this is all just part of the competency policy. Why would the central government give that report? And I have it in my hand. That's my first question. Again, you're talking about reduction of alcohol. Yes, we did. I have the numbers. We have reduced 2.88 crore IML cases from 3.84. And on top of that, we have actually cut down 43,000 illegal bell shops, Vinisha. Do you understand that? We've also reduced 4,380 permit rooms to 2,900 odd permit rooms. We have reduced 33% of that you're talking numbers out of air, 3,200, all of that. The state exchequer, I have the numbers. The State Beverage Corporation, it clearly states the revenue of state has been increased from 17,000 odd crores to 24 odd thousand crores. We increased the revenue. Where's the problem? And again, last question. We did not give even one permission to any beverage. It's on record, Hina. We did not give. Who gave all that permission? That's my question.
Okay.
And again, last question. Did they or are they going to stop any of the existing liquor brands that we have in the state of Andhra Pradesh right now?
Deepak Reddy, quick response, and then Dr. Vinusha Reddy.
Yes, ma'am. By this, they will be demolished. After YCP government came to power, they immediately asked for huge commissions, and when the old companies did not pay, all of them were thrown out. And then they actually forcibly seized all the distilleries and breweries in Andhra Pradesh. 7 new companies were formed, which were part of their cartel, and 70% of the orders were given to that particular cartel, and the prices were increased on an average by 150%. The distribution and sale also was done by their network under the name of government. More than 1 lakh crores of cash sales was done. We were insisting that it has to be digital payment, and they did not do. Only 6.6% was done to digital payment so that they can evade this fraud. So that is why I was saying this is PhD of fraud, and we have just touched
TDP has called it the PhD of fraud. I want to give last 10 seconds to Dr. Vinusha Reddy for her closing comments.
I don't know where this YSRCP person is telling all such tall claims, but after this government came into power, just now whatever the brands I have told, President, Medal or Boom Boom, they have been stopped. And I want to mention a point here. You might be hearing about United Breweries and Standard Companies. The share was more than 60% in the previous regime, but it came down drastically to 4%. And I just want to ask the YSRCP person again, sir, you are telling 24,000 crores. But we are asking you a simple question. When you have not allowed the digital payments at all, and everything was happening in cash, it could be more. And that's what this entire thing is about. That's what Deepak was telling me. The scam could be more. And final point, I am asking you straight question, sir. You promised liquor ban and came into power. What did you do? You may have decreased the number of sales, but you increased the income. That means you exploited the people of not only the hard-earned money, but also...
Well, those are very, very serious allegations coming in. We'll, of course, wait for the probe in this case to get over. But thank you very much, all of you, for joining us and sharing with us your viewpoints. Dr. Vinusha Reddy, Deepak Reddy, Karthik, as well as Shyam Prasad Meka. Appreciate all of you for joining us here on Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. Heading into a short break, more updates on the other side.